Hi guys, welcome to my channel. This is my first video, by the way. And I need to talk about something weird, like, really weird. I used to watch this cute little show called Masha and the Bear when I was younger, but no one told me it was based on something, that Masha and the Bear was a real story. Masha and the Bear was a super popular show when I was growing up. I remember watching it as a kid. I even watched it in another language, but I still understood everything pretty well. What's crazy is that it was popular in a bunch of different languages, even though Masha doesn't really speak. But that's not the weird part. Most people don't know this, but the show is actually based on a real Russian folktale, and that story is way creepier than the cute cartoon version. Also, fun fact, Masha isn't even her real name. It's a nickname in Russian for the name Maria. And what really got me thinking is how in the show, she never grows up. She stays the same always for years old, always living with the bear. It made me wonder, is there a reason she's stuck like that? Okay, so this story is actually super old, like, really old. It's been passed down through generations in Russia, and most people don't even know that. Eventually, they turned it into a show, Masha and the Bear, which is what most of us grew up watching. You know, the wild little girl and her big bear bestie?
Rawr.
It was created by this guy named Oleg Kuzovkov. I don't even know if I said that right, but yeah, he made it into the cute animated show we all know now. And get this, it's been shown in like over 100 countries. So yeah, people all over the world have seen it. But here's where it gets kinda weird. The show might look soft and innocent, but the original story behind it, not so cute. So let's get into that. So here's the thing about Masha and the Bear. The real story behind it is nothing like the cute show you know. It's actually way older and kinda strange. This story comes from Russia, and it has been told for a really long time. There's this little girl who lives with her grandparents. One day, she wants to go outside with her friends to pick berries and just be in the forest for a bit. So Masha asked her grandparents if she could go to the forest with her friends, and they said yes. It sounded like so much fun for Masha. But before she left, her grandfather warned her, don't go too far into the woods, because bears live there, and back then bears were really dangerous. Masha ran off with her friends, happy and excited. They were picking berries and mushrooms, planning to bake something. When they got back, they were laughing and goofing around, having so much fun that Masha didn't notice how far she had gone. She was deep in the forest. By the time Masha looked around, her friends were gone. She was completely alone. She didn't know where she was. She started screaming and calling for help, but no one answered. So Masha kept walking. She wandered even deeper into the forest.
We know where this is heading. Right now. The door was wide open, so she stepped in to sit down and rest for a bit. It felt safe, at least for a moment. But what Masha didn't know was that the cabin belonged to a bear, and not the kind you'd ever want to meet. When night came, the bear returned home. He stepped inside, immediately sensing something was off. He could smell it in the air. Someone had been there. A human. Masha panicked and tried to hide, but it was already too late. After the bear realized someone had been inside the cabin, he eventually found Masha. She tried to run and escape, hoping to make it back home. But he stopped her. The bear made it clear that she wasn't going anywhere. If she wanted to stay alive, she would have to follow his rules. Thinking quickly, Masha tried to distract him by saying she could bake and cook things for him. The bear agreed, but with a warning. If she disobeyed him or refused to listen to his orders, he would eat her. From that moment on, Masha had to be careful. She stayed in the cabin, trying her best to survive while being cautious of everything she did. One day, Masha started missing her grandparents more than ever. She really wanted to see them again and find out how her village was doing. But the bear didn't allow it. He refused to let her leave. No matter how many times she asked, Masha tried to convince him, saying she could bake some sweet goods and deliver them herself. But the bear still said no. Instead, he told her that he would go visit her grandparents and deliver the things she made. So the bear packed up a large bag with baked goods. not knowing that Masha had secretly hidden herself inside. Since Masha was always the one cooking, the smell of the baked goods covered her scent. The bear couldn't tell she was hiding in the bag, and that was exactly what she wanted. While walking through the forest with the bag, the bear started to feel tired. He stopped a few times to eat some of the baked goods, not knowing Masha was still hiding inside the bag the whole time. Eventually, he made it to the village, but as soon as people saw him, they panicked. Everyone started shouting, warning others that a bear was nearby. It was chaos. Afraid of getting caught or hurt, the bear dropped the bag and ran away. He had no idea that Masha was in it all along. She stayed quiet and waited patiently until the village calmed down. Once it was safe, she climbed out of the bag and ran straight to her grandparents' house. They were so happy to see her again. After that day, Masha never went near the forest ever again. Bro, if I were her, I would never touch grass by that forest again. I'm being honest. There's always been something strange about Masha. She never ages. No matter how many episodes go by, some people believe she's a ghost. And honestly, I almost believed that too. But to me, it seems deeper than that. I think Masha might actually be in a coma. It's just a theory, but it kind of makes sense. Everything in her world is soft, peaceful, and protected. Nothing truly scary happens, and the bear is always there to take care of her. What if something tragic happened in real life, and the bear was the last thing she saw before everything went black? Maybe now, in her coma, she's stuck in that safe world with the bear by her side. It reminds me of that theory about Ash from Pokemon, how he never ages because he's supposedly in a coma too. When you think about it, maybe Masha is just dreaming. And maybe that's why she never grows up. That's just what I think. If you don't agree, that's totally fine. Everyone has their own opinions, and this is just mine. But yeah, I might do a part 2 on this if you guys want more. That's all I've got for today. Oh, and by the way, me and my friends are doing a competition to see who can get the most subscribers by the end of the year to win a grand prize. So if you made it this far, please make sure to subscribe and comment down below what other stories or theories you want to hear from me. Thanks for watching.